You and a few of your loyalist crew file into the back room of the Drowned Dog, one of the vilest pirate taverns in all of lawless Tortuga. You sit down on the table, opposite your old friend and co-conspirator, the dreaded Captain Blackstone, and greet each other warmly. Captain Blackstone leans in closer, pulling something from inside of his jacket.
I've come into possession of a treasure map, one that leads to untold riches. More valuable than any gold or silver is the power to make our wildest dreams come true. No navy will be able to stop us. We'll be able to rule these seas together.
Your eyes go wide with wonder, trusting the words coming out of Blackstone's mouth. But you were never one for sharing. Quick as a flash, your hand moves from the whip on your belt, and you draw a pistol. Blackstone's lifeless body slumps to the table. The signal has been given, and with swords and knives your crew set on his remaining bodyguards. As blood begins to pool, you snatch up the map from the table. Will these untold treasures be yours, or are you on a mystery quest? Welcome everybody to Mystery Quest, where today we are playing Pirate Borg and the scenario Buried in the Bahamas. This game is set in the dark Caribbean, a world similar to ours, apart from it is filled with dark magic, the undead, and it is incredibly dangerous. There's a good chance all of your characters might die before the end of this, but I'm sure you will all be totally fine.
Heard that before.
If you're interested, available for members right now is an hour-long video of us doing character creation. You get to see us rolling up all of these ragtag pirates, and you can learn a little bit about the dark Caribbean itself. You do not need to see that at all to be able to enjoy this playthrough, but maybe you'd be intrigued to see some of the behind the scenes and how we almost ended up with an entire crew of crocodiles. Well, it was pretty silly. I hope you enjoy. So you are all pirates, currently working aboard a frigate known as the Tarantula. It is led by the tyrannical Captain Bloodwhip, who rules with an iron fist. For any infraction whatsoever, he will absolutely liberally be whipping you with his titular blood whip, which some say is made of the removed nervous system of a person, and it is still alive inside.
Oh.
Pretty bad. This guy is an absolute despot, and you have been sailing around the dark Caribbean for the last kind of several weeks, and he has been following a treasure map that only he is allowed to look at. None of you have ever been able to see what is on there, but he has promised that he is leading you to an ancient and incredible treasure that will make all of your wildest dreams come true. The night is getting dark, and the weather is turning pretty sour aboard the Tarantula. There is thunder and lightning, this absolutely violent torrential rain and winds blasting the ship, and swells begin to rise up, kind of getting maybe 50, 60 feet high, like almost threatening to capsize your ship. Like you are moving into a pretty cataclysmic cyclone at the moment. And it is as bad a storm as any of you may have seen in your life. This is not looking good. And as the crew are desperately trying to keep the ship afloat and maintain its sails, a peal of lightning happens, and Billy Knives, the lookout in the crow's nest, just shouts, "Enemy ship sighted!" And this sort of almost eldritch crack of green lightning illuminates this colossally huge vessel. This thing is maybe twice the size of yours, and it is made of 100,000 bones. It has these torn black sails, and on the aft castle of it, these gigantic 10-foot-high skulls belching this eldritch flame out of the back of them. As it plows down the side of one of these great waves, it just crashes full pelt into the side of the Tarantula, and immediately you can see the hundreds of crew on the ship, each one of them a terrifying blackened bone skeleton, begin to throw grappling hooks over and are immediately boarding the ship. Who would like to introduce themselves, and what are you doing?
Hello, I'm Burchard, your classic cookie cutter pirate. I look like Bill Bailey with a ginger beard.
Absolutely perfect.
That's exactly what I look like. I got a tricorn hat and I have rags because I'm down on my luck. And I've had to take on this to get some booty, of course. I'm really good with pistols, but I've only got the one. If I had more, I'd be really good.
So immediately, you are kind of close to the impact point, trying to desperately maintain the sails in this horrific storm, and kind of knocked back. And straight away, these two skeletons, their black charred bones, are stood directly in front of you. They have leapt over. These swarms of skeletons are boarding the ship. And we are immediately in combat. What are you going to do?
Bloody hell! Whip out my pistol, of course. Give him a little shooty shoot, I think.
Pow. Okay, the first skeleton. So I need you to roll me a d20. Pirate Borg is a roll-over system, a d20 roll-over system where you are aiming for a target number. Generally, it's going to be a 12, and you get to add whatever your stat is. And so with a shooting attack, you're going to be using your presence. What have you rolled?
9.
Pow! I think startled by seeing these absolutely horrific skeletons. Each one has like a glowing flame inside their ribcage and flames kind of protruding from their eyes. You let this shot off and it goes absolutely wild.
Oh, bugger me!
Oh, bugger me! Is the thing that you cry as one of these skeletons with a rusted chipped cutlass swings at you. Can you give me a dodge roll, which would be rolling against your agility?
14.
14? Great, yeah, I needed a 12. You nimbly manage to step back and are out of the way. As the camera pans across, there are now dozens and dozens of skeletons have made it across, swinging on ropes, some climbing up the side, going into the portholes of the ship. This is an absolutely terrible, terrible attack. Next up, along the ship, further down the deck, is
Principessa Rosalina. My character is Princess Rosalina. She is a princess from the Mediterranean. I'm thinking Italian, but maybe she's been all over. A bit to Spain, a bit to Paris, who knows. She was incredibly bored of being a princess and ran away to join the Tarantula pirate ship. She is very good with her cutlass, as she learned fencing growing up in the castle. And she is a bit naive to this all. She's just read lots of books about pirate stories and thinks it's going to be very fun and magical and adventurous, and doesn't realize actually how dangerous and terrifying it's going to be. So she's a bit cocky and a bit not an airhead, but just naive to this whole situation. I think in what's happening right now, she is just running with her cutlass towards danger.
Cool. Well, you look around as there are all of these little jewels happening all over the ship, and it looks like the crew of the Tarantula are beginning to be overwhelmed, and more skeletons are pouring on board. And your attention is immediately drawn to the most dangerous looking thing, where you hear this resounding crunch as this colossally huge skeleton, which must be maybe 12 feet tall, built like a gigantic gorilla. It's full of these just horrible metal spikes and is wielding what looks like a piece of a mast, has leapt from their ship over to yours. The planks on the deck splinter under its feet. This thing is so big and heavy, but is definitely the most dangerous target, if that's what you're looking for.
Hey, it's a big boy!
Give me an attack roll. So normally, I'd be expecting a 12, but this guy is so big and quite slow that I only actually need an 8.
Well, I rolled a 17.
A 17. Cool. You can roll your damage against him.
6.
Pow. Okay. You, with your masterful fencing, also you are dueling, and so one of your character abilities is if you're in a duel with someone, you get +1 damage. So actually 7 damage is pretty fucking good. Pow. Yeah, you swing your sword, and tell me what happens. You don't kill it, but
No. So it's holding like a big mast thing, right?
yeah, full of these protruding nails and spikes.
Right.
That mast is, almost twice the height of you as well.
Okay. I think, again, with complete lack of fear, because I'm just like, this is so exciting, I run at him and jump and just pull my cutlass down and just manage to land, very luckily, manage to land it right at one of his like skeleton joints in his arm. And the arm holding this huge mast just drops to the floor. And so he's sort of like, his weapon's been taken off of him.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I'll let you have that. You can, you can chop one of his arms off. He still looks big and angry, and with his other colossally huge arm, takes a swing at you. Tell me, give me a dodge roll.
6.
You maybe give a flourish.
I think
with
I'm like, yay, I got it.
After chopping his arm off, but he swings and just with full pelt punches you with his colossally large skeleton ogre arm, and you can take a D8 of damage.
Oh.
Christ. Well, I'm dead.
He's big and strong. It's a 2. I'm not. I'm never going to be pulling my punches in this. This is a very mean game, but pow! Like just catches you on the side, and the punch will easily lift you off of your feet. That is broken ribs for sure. That is not a good moment for you. The fights are getting worse, more and more. You can hear over the rolling thunder, the flashes of lightning. Captain Bloodwind is up on the aft castle of the own ship, fighting several skeletons all at once, flailing around himself with his horrific tool of just torture, and is kind of holding his own against these skeletons. He's doing a pretty good job. Who's next?
Right, I'm Jagger, 9 Fingers. I'm a rapscallion, sneaky scoundrel of a pirate who pushed his luck too far cheating at dice and got locked in a gibbet cage where he hung until he died. But now has resurrected as a skeleton. I'm rattling around in my cage. I can't get out. So I just shout, let me down, and start clanging on the cage.
So no one is paying attention to you at all. But quite fortuitously, there's a series of colossal booms as a bunch of these huge cast iron cannons, each one in the shape of a different animal skeleton, open fire from the skeleton ship, and the cannonballs rip through the Tarantula crew, the skeleton crew. Absolutely horrific injuries all round. They don't seem to mind all that much. And one of these cannonballs goes straight through the mast, which, first of all, it causes your cage to crash down onto the deck of the ship. But the whole mast is now beginning to lean, and that thing's going to come crashing down real soon as ropes go taut and snap in the wind and rain. People are not paying enough attention to it to maybe try and protect it because everyone has got their hands full with a lot of skeletons. You crash to the ground, and immediately in front of you are a couple of skeletons who seem to be, maybe one or two got hit by cannonballs, are kind of reanimating. They're sort of putting themselves back together.
Okay.
And
I'm going to run to the lifeboats.
ooh, okay, yeah.
I guess I have to lift up my cage with me and run along.
Yeah.
Love that.
Okay, yeah, these two skeletons will 100% give chase, and I think one will try and attack you.
Okay. What do? Do I dodge?
Yeah, well, you can choose to dodge if you want to.
I think I should.
So I need an agility roll.
Oh, I'm really good at agility. I've got very low strength, very high agility, but I guess that's because I'm getting weighed down by the giant iron cage. I got a 5 plus 3 makes 8.
Yeah, I was looking for a 12 here.
Oh,
And they hit you in the back for 5 damage.
that's all my hit points.
Oh,
Can I use one of my luck points to not do a die?
Okay, so in this game, there is a mechanic called Devil's Luck. Each of you have a quantity of Devil's Luck, which you can spend in a bunch of different ways, such as re-rolling dice, increasing your damage, or reducing incoming damage. You definitely are going to need this Devil's Luck if you're going to be able to keep your character alive. Seeing
For
as,
longer than 10 seconds.
yes, also, I will 100% tell you, these spooky skeletons are probably the lowest threat enemies in the game.
Oh my god.
Like, if you were attacked by that big ogre, he just rolls D12 damage.
Ooh.
He's pretty serious. So, what would you like to do? How do you like to spend it? You can either use it to re-roll your dodge roll,
Yes.
or you can reduce the damage by D6.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, if I roll the dodge roll, then I ignore all the damage, right? And I only have to roll a 9. So yeah, 50-50. I'm a gambling man, Tom.
Perfect. Okay, because that got you killed one time.
But it got me not killed a lot more times.
Okay, sure. Yeah, cool. Give me spend a Devil's Luck.
Flip that coin. 13!
yeah,
Okay.
nice.
Fortuitously, the skeleton goes for a lunge to try and run you through, but kind of somehow gets caught within the gibber cage, missing you by just like an absolute fraction. And maybe it's even gone through your ribs, seeing as there's no
Sure.
meat there anymore. And yeah, the skeleton kind of is now wrestling a little bit with this sword, which is kind of gone through into your armor. I don't know how that thing works, but I absolutely love it.
Okay.
But yeah, you can kind of be making your way towards some lifeboats. It's going to take a little bit of work to kind of hoist these off the deck. And they're not so much lifeboats as sort of these kind of wooden dinghies that would be used for
Going ashore
loading and
and stuff.
unloading in sort of smaller docks and harbours. But it's going to require a bit of effort to actually get one of those off the ship.
Okay. I have as a rapscallion, I have a -4 difficulty to disarming people. So since his sword is like stuck in my bits, can I just like do a twist and pull it out of his hand while I'm running away?
You know what? Sure. Yeah. Give me a
17 plus 3.
Yeah, 100%. You managed to, whether or not it was on purpose.
Everything I do is on purpose.
As you're dodging and weaving between cannonball fire and terrible skeletons, yeah, the skeleton loses grip on the sword. There is still a sword kind of going through you, through the cage, but there's a kind of disgruntled-looking skeleton just being like, "Oh, heck, that was my sword." And his buddy looks at him, just like, "You idiot!" But they are still hot on the chase.
Amazing.
These fights are getting worse, more and more dangerous, and there are so many skeletons. There are far fewer of these Tarantula crew members left. More have poured up from below decks, but you can definitely hear the sounds of screaming and fighting and gunfire beneath your feet as well, because clearly they have managed to penetrate deeper into the ship already. Up on the ship, we have our final character.
Ahoy there, it's me, Doc Croc. So I'm a crocodile. Just because I'm allowed to be a crocodile.
It's in the book. Tom couldn't stop you.
Legally, I wasn't allowed to stop you. There is a talking animal class, and so yes, we have Doc Croc. Tell me about Doc Croc.
So I wasn't always a crocodile. I used to be a human doctor. But after some sort of problems with midwifery and me not necessarily saving the life of a voodoo priestess's child, she cursed me and turned me into a crocodile.
Oh God!
I swallowed all of my medical equipment and my worldly goods, and now I am under the employ of Captain Bloodwhip, who has promised me that he knows exactly how to fix the Croco Man hybridized
Yeah.
transfigurational thing.
Yeah. He's brought you on as hired muscle, and for situations exactly like this. And he's promised that he knows a way that he can solve your problem. Whether you believe him or not, that's up to you. But he has convinced you that he can solve your croco-ness.
Also, being a crocodile does strange things to a man. So I'm not quite all there at the moment.
Just a little deranged.
But after the last few weeks at sea doing nothing, a good scrap is probably exactly what I need.
Cool.
I'm thrashing around on the middeck,
Yeah.
spinning around, taking on dozens of skeletons at a time. The tail
sure-
is going.
you sure you
the
want
teeth are
dozens?
going. Maybe a couple.
Great. Yeah. So you're on the sort of in the midship. The deck's already slick with rain, but are now running red with blood as well. And yeah, there are multiple skeletons with all manner of different boarding axes, cutlasses, some with big long spears. And yeah, they're definitely seeing you as a threat, as this gigantic crocodile. Do you want to attack a skeleton for me?
Absolutely.
Roll me a attack roll. So I want a strength roll.
Oh, dear.
That's a baddie.
That's a 6.
A 6. That is... that won't be a hit. So you can spend your devil's luck if you want to re-roll an attack roll.
I'm going to spend a devil's luck already. Everyone else seems to be spending them.
Yeah,
Wow,
sure.
let's get rid of these.
Okay, so roll me
It's
again.
going to be a better swipe this time. Oh, not by much. It's better by 1.
Okay.
It's a 7.
So you do get to add your strength onto that.
Yes, it's a 7.
Yeah, I think you managed to crunch into a skeleton. Yeah, you managed to attack one. But this thing does not seem to care that it is now in your jaws and is immediately beginning to stab at you. Give me some kind of dodge.
Ooh, 19, very dodgy.
Okay, I think you are able to thrash and roll around enough that this thing cannot get a good landing blow on you whatsoever. You are kind of keeping it preoccupied, even if you haven't actually killed this thing. It seems completely undisturbed by the fact that you are crunching its bones up, and if anything, that just makes the blue flames in its eye sockets glow even brighter. We are now back at the top of the round, so back over to Birch and Brownbeard. These two skeletons that were coming for you initially are absolutely bearing down on you, and your pistol is not loaded.
Bugger. I can reload
Yeah.
once per round because of my flintlock supremacy. I can't remember what it's called.
Supremacy, sure. But
So
it will take a whole round to reload your pistol.
So that's instead of an action, is it? In which case I'm going to tuck and roll Birch style whilst reloading and trying to dodge out the way of these two. I noticed that the master's dropped. Shit's getting fucked. So
Yeah, that thing is still slowly coming down. You can hear the cracking of ropes as that thing is about to kind of crash into the deck. But it's going to be happening real soon.
I realised that shit's fucked and it's going down. So I'm looking at the lifeboat area, noticing there's a skeleton in a giblet. Was it a giblet?
Gibbet. Cage.
Gibbet. And I'm making my way that way, trying to tuck and roll.
Sure, yeah. I think these skeletons are also going to give chase and give me a dodge roll.
18.
Oh, yeah. You absolutely are able to get past them. You're used to staying out of harm's way, especially at close range. And as these skeletons are swinging and swiping at you, slipping a little bit on the deck, you easily dodge.
Fuck off.
Dodge all danger.
Yeah.
The princess directly in front of you. Yeah, you have the crunch of broken ribs. You are definitely hurting, and this colossal ogre skeleton is bearing down. It has retrieved its gigantic club mast, and it looks pretty hostile. It's still missing an arm, but that does not seem to have slowed it down very much at all.
I think there's a good boy. Who's a nice little big man skeleton. I'm sort of like inching away, and I feel like a rope. How I imagine this, very cinematic.
Yeah.
Is there's like a weight, like a sandbag with a rope, which is attached to a pulley, which is then comes down, and it's like caught onto something else.
Yeah.
And I realized, because I've read about it in my storybooks from when I was a child, I grab onto the rope, which has the weight, painfully lift my arm, because that's the broken rib side, and slice at the rope on the other side so that the one with the weight shoots up.
I absolutely love this. I'm gonna want some kind of dice roll on this. Maybe a like a dexterity or.
Oh.
What did you get?
I got 1.
Oh, a critical fail.
But I spent my coin.
The other rope shoots up. And you go down.
And I go even more into him.
No, I think. No, I think we can work with that. I think this sounds fine. This sounds great.
No.
I think you can avoid this ogre for sure. As you cut this rope, and exactly as planned, you counterweights fall. If anything, it makes the mast come crashing down even faster, and you are just skyrocketed into the air. But you lose your grip, and then you find yourself plummeting, and you are cast 100 feet off the side of the ship into the rolling blackness of these stormy waves, and is pretty bad. But you have dodged, like, from where you were, like a fraction of a second previously. This gigantic skeleton ogre has crashed its huge club that has created a huge hole in the deck where you once were, that if you had been there, it would have been an instant death. But now you are in the ocean waves. Very good. Over to old Nine Fingers.
Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna cackle. I'm like, got your sword, and then run away into the dinghies.
Yeah, so it will require a bit of work to launch this off the side of the boat.
Okay.
Some kind of tests. That, if that's what you're trying to do, or you're just trying to hide.
No, I'm trying to get off the ship. I think all is lost.
Okay. Give me an agility roll to see how good you are at.
Oh no! I rolled a 2. I got a 5.
Okay. You are trying to do this, but with the absolute mess of the rigging, the masts, how these boats are set up, like the system's just not really working very well. And you think you might be able to get it working, but it's going to take a lot longer than this. And you have 2 skeletons bearing down on you. One of them, furious. You can tell this guy does not like being taunted at all.
Oh no!
Can you give me a dodge roll? He's going to attack you.
Yes, 22.
Wow. Okay. He's really going. He really wants his sword back, and he's really fumbling around and kind of getting in the way of the other skeleton who's just trying to chop you with just like a gnarly-looking boarding axe.
Yeah, every time he nearly grabs it, I twist my ribs and can't quite grab it.
Yeah,
just jerking around.
I think your character's going to be doing a lot of just being a jerking around kind of guy, and he's just trying to get the sword, and you keep moving out of the way. Maybe that's
no, it's easy. I'll let you have it this time.
Yeah, so I don't think you're going to be getting that life raft launching anytime soon.
I'm having fun though.
You are having a great time. Over to Captain Croc. Like, you are kind of pretty surrounded right now.
So, seeing the princess flying up through all of the rigging and into the sea.
Yeah,
the Caribbean seas, not a good place, full of sharks, probably zombie sharks.
Oh my
in
god,
the dark
yeah.
Caribbean.
You've heard stories. The big story for the last couple of months is there is some kind of creature called the Kraken, and in just a few months it has already claimed about 500 ships, and every single country that is in sending people over to the Dark Caribbean have put a bounty on its head. Many people have tried to claim it, and no one has. The seas are a bad place to be. I'm so sorry. That's where you are right now. And so
I'm going to pick the skinniest skeleton in that direction for a sort of a ram. I'm going to ram that guy and try and dive off the edge of the ship in the direction of the princess.
cool. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm a crocodile. I can swim.
That is true. You do have the ability to swim. So give me an attack roll.
Ooh, 18.
Yeah, that's a hit. And then what is your damage?
10. 8.
Oh yeah, you absolutely destroy this guy. Describe what's happening. I think you're going to make it up to the sort of like rails at the edge, but you are plain sailing from this point on.
Okay, so I'm galloping as fast as I can towards the skinniest looking skeleton, and I smash directly through him. Bits of green flame sort of smash around the sides of me and catch hold of my sort of cape that I'm wearing. I've got a fantastic cape, mostly for drama, but in an attempt to become a bit more human. I'm wearing a flag that I stole as a cape, and also a wig made out of entrails.
To see more human.
More human. Like I
Right.
say, being a crocodile is strange things to a man. So yeah, romp through and super dissolve this skeleton. So smash through him.
Yeah.
And start barreling up towards the plank even, not even the barrel.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
gonna use the plank.
Springboard.
Nice.
Okay.
Dive
Yeah.
going on.
This is incredible. Absolutely love that energy. So yeah, you are near the edge of the ship. There is suddenly another huge crash of lightning, illuminating the deck. Any of you that are still on board can still make out the horrors of what is happening. From the ocean, you get another shot of this huge silhouette of this terrifying ship that is taking down the Tarantula, and you can see the Tarantula's kind of in a lot of trouble here. And the helmsman, this guy Scraggs, just calls out, illuminated by the light, "Captain, land!" And the whole ship just suddenly crashes into something. Anyone on board will immediately fall to the ground as you have run into some kind of reef or something like that, and the ship lets out this horrible crunch. And from partly where this huge ogre has been stamping across it, the cannon fire and just the damage it's sustained, the ship is 100% going down. And at that moment, the captain, who has turned to look, sees where Scraggs was pointing and completely misses the fact that this mast falls and just one of these huge beams just goes straight through him, pinning him to the deck. He is not in a good way. The ship is going down. It's still got a lot of skeletons on it, and this one giant skeleton he's cross, and also this one unarmed skeleton he's mad too. Another peal of cannon fire breaks out from this enemy vessel, just blowing more and more splinters out of the ship.
I turn around at the sound of a mast going through a person or onto a person.
Yeah, you see the captain just like
Or maybe, as I fell over, I caught sight of.
Yeah, you see him getting like impaled. Like this is a huge piece of wood that has just gone.
Oh, it's been an honor. I salute and I turn 180, and I still want to make my way over to old Nine Fingers. Oi, wait! You struggling?
Hurry up!
We gotta get off! And I'm going to shoot at one of the two skeletons that is tussling with Nine Fingers.
Sure.
Now.
There are still some skeletons that were kind of pursuing you. Everyone's on the ground at the moment. This crash has knocked basically everyone over. Apart from this giant ogre who his feet kind of half buried in the planks that he's currently walking on.
Can a crocodile fall over?
Onto his
Flip.
tummy.
You can flip.
I guess you don't notice it as much.
Very low centre of gravity.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not an anthropomorphic crocodile. I'm an actual crocodile.
Yeah.
Just to get that clear.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not ridiculous.
No, this wig-wearing, billowing, talking crocodile. He's not a silly one. It's actually very serious business.
In which case, if there's two pursuing me on the ground, I imagine there's a bit of a scrabble as I get back to my feet, and there's other skeletons kind of gripping at me. In which case, I'll point a pistol at one of the closest ones and shoot him through the skull.
Sure, yeah, pow, give me
Try
a
and
shot.
get away.
Yeah.
19 plus the
Your presence.
presence -1, 18.
Cool, yeah. 2d6 for...
2d6.
Ooh.
7.
Great,
points.
yeah, you killed a skeleton. Tell me what it looks like.
I blow its brains, its bony cranium into bits.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you shoot it just straight in the skull, like it's kind of pouring at you, trying to right itself. You shoot it, and it lets out this gout of this sort of blue-green kind of eldritchy flame that just dies out, and it just collapses to the floor in bones.
I take off its lifeless hands, grip my raggedy trousers, throw it on the floor, and get pelting towards Nine Fingers.
Nice.
Yeah, you avoided skeletons. Nine Fingers. The ship is going down.
Yeah, I'm going to take the sword out of my chest and use it to cut the ropes that are holding the boat in place.
Okay, cool.
Just like screw the quick release system or whatever it is that's not working.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna hack.
Yeah, the thing that would hoist it over the side.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, give me a strength roll. See how you can do it.
So I imagine while the boat's like crunched, the boat, like the little dinghy is like swinging on the ropes because of the shock. So if I time it right, we go flying off the edge.
Sure. Give me a.
If I time it wrong, we just go on the deck.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a strength roll to see how this goes.
I'm not good at strength. Ooh, that's 19 minus 3, 16.
16. Yeah. You chop these ropes, and this boat is going off the side. There are 2 cross skeletons though. One of them is gonna go for you.
Are they in the boat with me, or are they on the deck grabbing at me?
If you're in the boat, I think the one without a sword, he's in there. He's trying to get his sword back. give me a red hot dodge.
10 plus 3, 13.
Oh my god, this guy's so mad.
Is this what you want?
As you're chopping ropes, and this skeleton's super duper upset. But yeah, you are in a position where you can launch this boat. You're not entirely sure how good it will be with these 50-foot waves, but it's better than being in the water.
Speaking of,
Over to being in the water.
Segue.
Are you wearing armor, or do you have like super heavy things on you?
Well, I'm wearing my fancy clothes.
Okay.
I do have a snake around my neck. Forgot to mention that. I've got a pet snake.
Okay.
Snake wrapped around my neck. I've got some trinkets and 20 quid, 30 silver. So I've got some bits, but I wouldn't say I'm like weighed down by armor.
Okay, give me an agility roll to see how well you're kind of coping in these.
19.
Okay, yeah, like you're not super heavily burdened. You're not wearing any like armor, or you've got like a fairly lightweight sword. That this is still not a great place to be, but you're definitely not drowning right now. You don't
Got
know.
swimming lessons when I was growing up.
Oh.
I'm posh. Fencing, swimming, hunting, shooting.
Oh my god! Wow. Okay, great. Yeah. So you are swimming, and you can just see the tarantula is beginning to crack into, and is definitely going beneath the waves. And Croco Man.
Well, it looks like you're holding your own out there. Are you alright?
Dr. Croc, come save me!
What? You said you're doing alright. You said you weren't that way down.
Dr. Croc!
Right. You seem fine. If you spent less time shouting and more time swimming, you'd be all right.
My head starts to go under the water.
All right, that's it. I'm going to have to do it. I'm a doctor. I've made my pledge to save human lives and all that sort of stuff. That's still in there somewhere behind the croco brain.
Okay.
So yeah, in he goes. A big
Wow.
dive. The thing billowing. The
Cape.
Cape flag. Flag plate. That's billowing. The wig's going. He's in. And a dive off the plank to go and rescue the princess who's slowly going underwater.
Cool. Well, yeah, you are fantastic at swimming, and so super chill.
It's a bit choppy.
It's a bit choppy, but yeah, you don't need to roll any dice rolls because you're a crocodile. And apparently, it's fine in these stormy seas. So the two of you are off the ship. You guys are kind of close to. You can launch this raft as the ship is definitely going down. There are still skeletons. They're all kind of getting back on their feet and still just running around, butchering the remains of the crew. Before you launch this sort of life raft dinghy, you catch like one final glance at Captain Bloodwhip, and he is pinned to the deck, and like water is kind of coming up around him, and he's calling out to you. You can kind of barely make out what he's saying as blood just pours out of his mouth.
Awful, he died instantly. Terrible, I can still hear him now.
But you see him waving something in his hand. It looks like a piece of material, and is kind of trying to shout at you, to beckon to you, that if you were to go back and try and get this, you'd put yourself in danger. Or if you were to launch now, you won't necessarily know what he's got. What are you? You two are on the ship. This is as you're sort of at the dinghy. What are your thoughts?
I never liked that guy. Let's get out of here.
But he does have that fancy treasure map that no one else could have a look at.
Ooh.
I'll go quickly.
Be real quick.
You start lowering it.
Right. You better be quick.
I'll
I'm
jump
not
off
waiting
the
long.
front. You bring it around the front, and I'll jump off the top of the front. All right.
Got it.
Bugger it.
Okay. Yeah, you.
I reload my pistol.
Cool. Yeah, I think you can run over and do that. I want a dodge roll as skeletons are scampering around all over, and
6.
a 6. Okay. Well, you can take 4 points of damage. As you run over to the captain. Just one of them just takes a wild swipe at you, and you have been slashed by a sword. But you make it to Captain Bloodwhip, and he kind of grabs you by your rags. What are you wearing?
Rags with a fancy tricorn hat.
He grabs you by your rags and like forces this map into your hand, as the water is kind of now coming up to sort of your knees, and he is beginning to be forced underneath the waves.
Oh, you thought you were dead? Looks like you're gonna make it.
Bertrand, you can tell he's in a really bad
What's
way.
that? Speak up.
Bertrand, take the map.
Oh, you have. You pushed it into my chest.
Get the treasure.
I will. For me. I shoot him in the head. I'm a sadist.
Wow.
Would a sadist
Put them out of their misery.
Would they put them out of their misery? No, you
I'll shoot him in the shoulder. Shoot him in the shoulder.
Oh my god.
No, you can shoot him in the head if you want to.
Okay, alright.
You get the feeling like he was going to tell you something.
I think about that afterwards. I swear he was
You get
about
the
to
feeling
say
that
something.
he was gonna say something that you felt was quite important, but you take the map
Shit.
and blam!
That seemed quite important.
His eyes go wide in shock, and quite mercifully, actually, yeah, as his body is now forced under the waves.
Well. I have a look over the top to see. Am I at the very tippy top?
You're
of
on the sort of aft castle of the ship. It's the last bit that is still up.
I'm looking down over the edge to see how you're getting on.
Yes, it's ready to launch, so I can just do it.
Yeah, so but I would say you're basically in the water already.
Oh,
From
great.
where you were in the midship.
Okay, so
from this going down, you are.
The disarmed skeleton's in the raft with me, though, right?
Yeah, he's in there.
I'm going to try and push him overboard because skeletons can't swim, maybe? Maybe he'll sink?
It's bad for you. I don't think you want to set that precedent.
I don't know. I've also got an iron cage that I'm trapped in. Doesn't matter if I'm a skeleton or
Oh,
not.
that is bad, isn't it?
The
Okay.
skeleton's the least of my worries.
Give me a strength roll.
18. Is this dice loaded? I haven't rolled like under an 18.
Wow.
Or -3, so 15.
15. Sploosh! You solved my skeleton boat riddle.
Oh, I hold the sword out of the edge of the boat and I'm like, only joking.
Oh.
You can have it back, really. And then as he goes to get it, I'm like, whoop. And then I trip him up. And he's like, ah.
As he slowly sinks down. Yeah, he's gone. Right, the ship is down. The tarantula is gone, and this colossal kind of bone ship. Every now and again, these cracks of lightning are illuminating it, and you hear the cracks of gunfire as it shoots at the remaining tarantula crew who are splashing around in the water. I need some kind of roll for you guys to try and navigate this boat back to try and pick up your crewmates.
Okay. I'm going to tie my cage to the boat in some way, attach it, so that if
Yeah.
I do go over, I'll still be like connected and can be dragged along and pulled back up.
Yeah, sure.
It's all right.
Can skeletons drown?
They don't need to breathe. They're on
No,
bed.
but I also don't want to be just at the bottom of the
They
ocean.
should get lost.
That
feels bad.
That's
Well, we're quite
bad.
close to land, so you can always
Maybe
like,
just walk ashore.
Fine.
Walk in.
Whatever I got, it's a 1. 2 minus 1 is all my other stats.
A critical failure.
Not critical because I didn't roll it, right? Or does it become 1?
Oh no, I don't think that would count. Yeah, I want a nat. I want a nat 1.
Still awful.
Oh, it's bad. You're going under the water.
Holy shit, you're a skeleton. I didn't see it from back there. I did no idea.
Yeah, well, we've all got skeletons inside us, haven't we?
He's not wrong. But yeah, I'm distracted.
Yeah, I think you are definitely going under the waves. You're way down a little bit and struggling
So
because
are we
these.
taking water on board the dinghy? Or is it flipped, or like what's happening?
I think give me a roll. Let's see how.
A 3 minus.
Give me like a strength or something because you're trying to row this in these
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
terrible waves.
Yeah, 0.
Okay, so you have tried to go and pick up Burchard, and
Maybe I'd drop off and just make a hole through the whole thing.
oh god, yeah, from where you leaping from this last bit of the ship, you land in and
We're saved.
you crunch it. The whole dinghy goes over.
Oh, no.
And you are now just all in the water. This is. It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. I'm glad I tied that rope seconds before.
Yeah. But I think we will just hard cut out of that scene as the storm recedes to all of you coming to, coughing and spluttering. I don't know how it works with the skeleton, and maybe the crocodile's just absolutely fine.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's probably a few like legs that went missing from some of the tarantula crew as I was kind of
Chomping around.
on the edges.
So you were just picking your teeth on the beach.
Yeah.
So yeah, just having a little digest.
Are you sitting like a human would sit, picking your teeth?
No,
you're fully crocked.
Yeah,
Fully croc.
full croc.
croc.
So I don't know how a crocodile picks its teeth. I found like a branch that I'm just sort of chewing on. It's fine.
So you all have basically it's morning, and you awaken on a desert island. you have been washed ashore. Old Nine Fingers somehow.
Oh, it's tied to the boat.
Yeah, the boat is splinters and is definitely not working anymore. Just these colossal waves just smashed it into kindling almost immediately. But you all kind of come to on this beach and all feeling pretty worse for wear. None of you are in good shape at all. You do not have supplies with you whatsoever. And you can see that there are a couple of other survivors that made it over from the Tarantula. But where there were, maybe 50, 60 people on there, there's just a handful. You do see that Billy Knives, the lookout, he's sat looking a little bit worse for wear. And old Scraggs, the helmsman, during this process, he's lost his wooden leg and is kind of looking a little bit miserable on this deserted spot.
Oh, could be worse, couldn't it? We made it.
I broke my fucking ribs. Dr. Croc, can you help me?
No. I don't have hands. I could tell someone else what to do, if you fancy. But normally, I think for broken ribs, you have to rest for 8 weeks.
Oh, bollocks. Okay.
That would be my recommendation.
Very helpful.
Thank you.
I imagine I'm just sat on the edge, staring at this map, having a look at it.
I have a map for you.
Oh.
Are you sharing it with other people?
I'm saying this out loud, but to myself.
Right.
But it's loud enough.
Okay, because you have to read the words out.
Only those with a heart of the sea shall faff, paff, the doors of blood. I don't know what this says.
Eh,
Fancy writing and all
what
that.
you got there? It's a
Oh, skeleton!
Eh.
Keep forgetting.
Pirates! Oh no!
Very good.
So you two are probably familiar with each other. Nine Fingers has been in that cage playing his hurdy-gurdy for the last couple of weeks.
Oh, you survived. Well, you survived, I guess.
Yeah. Don't really know how that happened.
Well, I've been bestowed a gift.
Oh yeah.
2 gifts, in fact. First one, Captain said, dying words. I'm captain now. So, look up to me, true captain.
I mean, you got the hat for it.
I have the hat. So I'm now the captain of whatever survivors are over here. I have a look around. Crocodile Man. And Princess Lady over there.
Principessa.
So I'm the boss. I'm the boss! I got the map!
And the hat.
And the hat!
I'm good with that.
And the
So-
gun.
And the gun.
I think, despite Tarantula, God rest its soul, and all the souls on board that died to that awful skeleton tirade, that was awful, I'm now the boss, and I've got the map. So, luck's on our side, at least. Less of a split in it.
It's the treasure chest. Wait,
Whoa!
okay.
Don't look at it!
Wait. Don't the princess. It's the treasure tab. What
Yeah.
the fuck happened to my voice? Cut this. Cut all of this.
We made that pretty good way into the game before we
Don't
had
the
to change the
princess.
accent.
It's a treasure chest.
No, it's not.
No?
It's a map.
Does it not have the treasure, the cross that says where the treasure
There's
is?
treasure. It might be contained in a chest of sorts.
Oh.
Either way, don't look! No one can look at this but me, the captain. I'm the captain now.
Scraggs, who's sat there looking miserable with his leg stump. Are you looking at his map?
Yeah.
I've tucked it away in my rags.
Okay,
Actually, I'll
yeah.
put it in my tricorn hat.
Nice. Okay. Oh, wait. How do you have Captain's map?
It's because I'm the captain. Captain Burchard. Brownbeard.
Captain Brownbeard.
Captain Brownbeard.
Oh.
Kiss
Hells.
my hand. I think that's how it works. I raise out my hand. Kneel before me. Walk the plank!
Your beard is orange.
No,
Not
it's
brown.
not. It's brown.
It's orange.
I look at my
Can you
brown to me.
give me like a presents roll?
Oh, yeah. Check this out. -1. 16.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Get on your fucking knees, you bastard. You work for me now.
Goodness.
These are the remaining pirates that have all washed ashore. There's Skaggs, and what was his name? Johnny Knives.
Yeah.
Skaggs, Johnny Knives,
Billy
and
Knives.
Billy
I
Knives.
wrote it down.
Nice.
Okay, so
We call him Johnny there.
I didn't.
so seeing as you're wearing the hat and they've seen that you have the map, Skaggs and Billy Knives are these other pirates, Mr. Locker, Pisspot, and Gravewater.
What a motley crew you have.
They all take the knee and just like, yeah, well, you're the captain now.
That's right, Pirates Code. Whoever has the map is captain.
That's, you know what? That sounds like solid enough rules to me.
Not to mention, what else are you going to do? Let's be honest.
I don't know. You tell us, Captain.
All right. We're washed ashore.
You're in charge here.
Yeah. First of all, what the fuck just happened? Skeleton boat?
It was a skeleton boat.
Don't look at me.
Were you working with them?
No, I've been in this cage for weeks.
Did you lure them with your hurdy-gurdy?
I assure you, this Gertie lures nothing.
It's purely hurdy.
Purely hurdy, not lurdy.
What do you make of all this, Doc Croc?
Right.
You're the smart one.
Am I? I'm not sure. I'm a bit hungry, and I don't think so well when I'm hungry.
Okay. That's not good, is it?
No, not really. But anyway, I'm quite happy for you to be the captain, because
Nice.
now you're the one that owes me for all the work that I've just been doing for the last 3 weeks.
Oh, you had an agreement, did you?
Did have an agreement, yeah, with the captain. The captain said that he could get me out of this crocodile body and back to my own
You
self.
weren't born like that.
No.
Right.
We didn't have a chance to chat on the boat, did we?
No, we didn't. We never caught up.
Never caught up.
Honestly, I didn't really want to make small talk with a crocodile, if I'm honest.
Yeah, probably best avoided, to be honest.
I didn't even know you could talk.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was a skeleton.
You could probably not hear me over the bloody hurdy-gurdy you were playing.
It was incessant.
It was loud.
I didn't have much else to do up there.
That's fair. But yes, all right. You had an agreement to turn back.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's to do with this map then.
Maybe. Let's have a look.
No. Nice try. He's a smart one. Watch out for him. He's so smart. I reckon we band together and we split this, whatever this is. 1, 2, 3, 6 ways, or whatever. You guys get less.
Wait. But we've all got fun names.
You do have a fun name.
What about Pisspot?
This part, yeah, you definitely get a little bit more. Well, we'll see how performative-based split. How about that? Whoever does the best work gets the biggest cut.
Okay.
First of all, we need food. Because old Croco's getting hungry. And you still got all your limbs, haven't you?
Well, Skaggs definitely doesn't have all his limbs.
Sorry about that, Skag. I'm a bit insensitive.
I'm missing my
Apologies.
leg. I
Sorry.
lost my peg leg as well. I need help fashioning a new one.
Well, we need to survive if we're going to be going on a quest for treasure. You don't have to worry so much.
No, but me.
That's fine. Fine, you'll...
Find the voice.
me. Great.
I don't need one thing though. What about this cage? How about you get me out of this cage? New captain, new start.
You want out of this cage?
I've done the crime, but
All
now
right.
I've done my time, and I want out.
What do we all think?
Normally, this is just a decision for the captain to make. What kind of...
Oh, I am
is this some kind of pirate...
Princess, what you make of all this?
I think we free the weird, the skeleton boy.
What did she say?
I think she said, I think we'll feed the...
No.
Charge him?
We free him.
Oh, free. Yeah, free the skeleton.
the skeleton. Okay.
Yeah, he's
I guess
nice.
you can do no real bad things. You did help me with the lifeboat.
Yeah, I
That's
did.
true. We do owe him. Croc, can you just nibble this open?
I'll have a go.
Ooh, give me a strength roll. Because we've established that the thing is jammed.
Yeah, I tried
It's
to
a
pick
10.
the lock while I was trapped in there, and I broke. broke the pick off in the lock.
So yeah, clamping my jaws around, maybe just enough on the top, just to sort of make the whole thing pop open like some
jaws
sort
of
of
life.
strange Easter egg.
So
Like
I
a Terry's chocolate orange on the top of it, like a sort of.
Nice.
so I was after a 12.
Oh,
Good you didn't do that.
So you crunch it, and it not only does it hurt your mouth a bit, but also the cage little more cramped.
Oh, nice.
It's a little more squished in. It definitely buckled under Doc Croc's mighty jaws. But
I nearly got it.
this thing's pretty well.
I might have ideas. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Nine Fingers. I think you're trapped in your cage over there.
We'll find something with leverage. And then try and pry it open.
I'm sure we'll be able to get you out at some point. You're a good lad.
Actually, wait, no, you're a prick, aren't you? Yeah, we all know. Yeah, they all know. Yeah. Like, actually, yeah, he is a prick.
I know you'd forgotten.
Hold up. Now, if we're going to make this through, I think we've got to wipe the slate clean here for everybody.
Okay.
I'm captain. I'm the big boss.
They all. I captain.
That's right, and that's new, right?
That's yeah.
Old captain died and said, "You're the best one of this whole crew, and you're the captain now."
He did. Those were his dying
That's
words.
his dying words.
Shortly before he was shot.
Yes, mysteriously shot.
He like washes up on the beach and he's got like, a huge hole in his head.
Yeah, I think there's just like a hard cut to somewhere else. His dead body with this bullet hole.
Either way, I think you should let bygones be bygones with this lad. He's got enough on his plate.
A new captain and a new crew.
That's right.
Can we do the hands thing?
Nope.
Oh.
Oh.
You want to put your hands over that and that.
Yeah, I'd watch your fingies if I were you.
Well,
Flat
Captain.
palms. That's the only safe way to feed a crocodile. I mean, not feed. Shake hands with one. Same sort of thing.
Captain, can you read?
Yeah.
You
course
don't
I
look
can.
like you can read.
What do you mean? I can bloody read. Only with a heart of the sea. I'm like backing up from everybody so they can't read the map. I really struggle with this word though, because there's a lot of fancy squiggles. Path.
So
The
why?
doors of blood. Faff.
Maybe it says pass, Captain.
Pass. Shall pass the doors of blood. Only those with a heart of the sea.
Heart of the sea.
Heart of the sea. What's that?
Oh, I don't know, Captain. But look,
All right, you got a mission. All right, all of us have a mission. Look for 3 rocks sticking out the ground like 3 fingers, like this.
Right.
That's a landmark we got to follow.
Can we see it?
Hell no! Look around.
Just that little bit.
No, looks
Just
like
cover it
this.
up.
Imagine my 3 fingers are rocks,
Right.
and they're sticking out the ground. They're big.
What, like 3 fingers like this?
3 of them. Yes,
Right.
but next to each other, like that, poking out the ground.
Like that?
look,
Yeah.
Captain. Before we do any of this, look, maybe we need to get ourselves,
Situated.
ship shape. I don't know.
Push-ups.
Well, maybe push-ups, but I was thinking more. We need supplies and.
I look back at the
food and-
Tarantula. Is there any remnants of food stores that have spilled out?
So as Skaggs says this to you, you guys kind of get the feeling that you are on some desert island in the Bahamas. You have no idea where, and there's not a single tree on this island.
That's very bad.
Proper desert island.
There's sort of a central kind of like hill area in the middle of it that maybe looks like a mile away, and everywhere else is just bushes and scrubland. Internally, you can see that there are sort of seabirds and stuff that are kind of nesting around here, and there's definitely a bunch of wreckage that's been washed up onto the beach that is from the Tarantula. Some crates and supplies and things. But yeah, it is does not seem to be very much inhabited at all. So, Captain, I think if we're gonna do anything, we're gonna have to make a plan and maybe get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's have a look around. And I'm going to go scuttle up the hill to get a look at the whole island from the highest point.
Cool. Yeah, it's gonna take you a little while to go over there. Maybe an hour to pick your way up through to this hill.
I'm going to do about an hour's worth of beach combing then, by the looks of things. Start gathering stuff up and nudging it onto the shoreline. Any odd dead body that might have washed up, I can probably just dispose of that a little bit.
Yeah.
Sort of discreetly and sort of
Tastefully.
with reverence. The sort of...
You don't see the captain, do you? The hold his head.
All right, if I see the captain, I'll let you know. If I come across him, and anything else, I'll give you a shout if I see anything that's
Thank you. I wouldn't mind his whip.
maybe not
Might
quite
like
as
his whip.
raw as the rest of this stuff. But yeah, so I'm looking for full barrels, for
Sure.
sort of half decent looking stuff that's going to keep us alive for more than 6 hours.
Okay. And what's the princess? What's your plan?
I'm looking around on the island too, looking for the 3 fingers. But I completely misunderstand your directions. I'm looking for 3 fingers. I don't understand what you mean.
Yeah.
And you're stood with these remaining crew members and skags. So, Captain, what are you?
Oh, I see. You're just going to stand around looking at me.
Look, well,
gawking.
And
You're not going to help poor Doc Croc over there combing the land for supplies.
if you could get me a peg leg or something, Captain.
You're me, the captain, to get you something.
Or no, not you, Captain. Order someone else.
Oh, you piss pot.
I'm not going to give him a voice because these other characters are here just in case any of you die suddenly.
Okay.
Lovely backups ready to go.
Piss pot, get him a leg. Once he's got a leg, I want both of you together. Order the supplies that have washed ashore. Help Doc Croc out, and let's make a little camp.
All right, away, Captain. I'll go and do that.
Thank you, piss pot.
Whoever's doing piss pot, you can do that accent now.
I'm never going to die.
See? Very good, Captain. And he tears off, and yeah, the others begin kind of trying to fashion a shelter together. And you've got a plan. Absolutely love that energy.
What's that princess doing with her 3 fingers?
I cannot see any fingers on the island.
What do you mean? Are you looking for 3 rocks that look like fingers?
Okay, I carry on.
You rest up, princess. You don't hurt your brain.
Like, also in a lot of pain.
Right.
So I'm not doing it. I'm very half-assing this.
You've made it like a few meters away from me.
Yeah.
So
Having to sit down.
Yeah.
So every night that you properly rest, you would be able to recover your devil's luck. Also, you would be able to recover D6 hit points, but you have to have been fed and watered. At the moment, you do not have any fresh water, and you do not have any food to speak of. Is an important part of that. So
right.
you would not have recovered anything in the night that you had washed ashore.
Okay.
But moving on to what you guys are up to. So, Croc, with the help of the remaining crew, you search among the wreckage. Loads of it is just bits of detritus that have washed aboard. There's definitely like wood here, but nothing massive had survived. This is going to take you, I don't know, the best part of a day to pick along this coastline, finding things. You do find a barrel with enough water for 4 days for everyone.
Or 8 days for half of us.
Yeah.
Oh,
And food for you for 4 days as well.
there's a barrel with enough rum to get everyone drunk once.
Oh.
One big blowout.
And you think there's enough usable kind of wood and sort of bits of sails and rope that you could construct a shelter out of this.
Right.
Or potentially make a raft is your other choice, but probably not both.
They'd probably look the same if I was building them without my opposable thumbs. So,
You built a pile of wood.
a crocodile nest. It's basically what.
But yeah, no, you are able to get water and there's booze, so you can do that. And the crew are all building this shelter.
All right, I want a 2-story, ideally with a balcony, a Juliet balcony. I'm not pushing it.
Roll me a dice to see how good they are. Just a flat D20 roll.
Here we go. 13.
It's pretty nice. Yeah, they're kind of getting that second story. You wish the
Lovely, actually.
But like the windows are like, I don't know, north facing. And you wish the the decor was a little better. But you're kind of constructing.
Not bad, I guess.
Every door opens with your left hand.
Oh, just a little bit, but it's pretty good. But this is kind of a wooden shack lean-to with kind of tent-based elements to it. With old Nine Fingers, you make your way up to the summit of this hill, and you suddenly have a full view of this island. It's maybe 3 or 4 miles across, and it is basically deserted. You can make out from there the weather seems pretty clear, and you can see that there are 2 islands in the distance. You couldn't make out from down below. Like, one is a little bit closer, and you can definitely tell that there is smoke coming up from it. You would guess that means there's a settlement. And the other one looks a lot bigger, way more vast than this kind of nearby or slightly nearby one. But both you would imagine are, I don't know, 15 miles, 20 miles away. Like a pretty long.
How's the water look? Is it choppy still?
It looks calm enough at the moment, but you have heard tales of the Dark Caribbean, and you know that swimming is a pretty wild and spicy choice. On the south of the island, you can make out what looks like a camp, but you don't see anyone there, and it definitely looks deserted. And also, as you have moved, kind of made your way up along the island, yeah, you definitely can tell that there are sort of nests of sort of seabirds, and you can see the occasional snake and thing like that. That potentially there's hunting or something to be done. But I don't know how things work for you eating food. I'm going to say you do have to eat food.
Okay.
Because skeleton magic.
Can I try and catch something while I'm up there? A bird or a snake or something?
Yeah, give me a dice roll.
Come back with a cage full.
I've got my
Yeah.
I've got a whip. I've got a cat o' nine tails I started with.
Famously the best hunting item.
It's got reach, so I don't have to get close enough to scare them off. Do you know what I mean? I reckon if I whipped a bird, it'd die.
Probably. give me a agility.
Whoopah! I got a 7 plus 3 is 10.
These birds are pretty nimble. You think that the whip probably would be pretty good for hunting birds, but you clanging around in a big cage. These birds have never seen something like it before, and they are super scared.
Yeah,
and so they fly away very quickly, even before you can get within 10 feet of whip range.
Okay.
As you're a spooky, scary skeleton
Just
with a
cackling skeleton clanking around with a
laughing,
whip.
playing the hurdy-gurdy, wielding a whip. It is a monstrosity, yeah, really upsetting to these birds.
I have a cannibal stench up as well, apparently. I don't know if that factors into it. Maybe I spook them. But maybe I can sit down real quiet, sit here for an hour or two and look like a corpse, and a carrion bird will land on my cage to pick at my remains.
Okay.
And then, gotcha! I'll try that next.
Right. Perfect. Sure.
How's your day been?
So you guys carry on, and we'll find out if that works later.
Yeah. Okay, we can make that happen. So, Princess, are you just wandering?
I think I'm probably a bit fed up with you, Captain Orangebeard, because I want to, the pirate stories that I've read are a lot more fun and fantastical, and you just being a bit of a knob it's very boring. So I'm just screw him, and I've just gone off into. Well, there's no trees, is there? So, what kind of like landscape are we looking at?
There's this kind of one central hill on the island, and then just scrubland and these bushes around it, and then just this beach that kind of runs the whole sort of outside.
Okay, so you can see quite far. It's not like.
Yeah. You can kind of make out like a bit into the distance, but there's sort of undulating terrain.
Okay.
That if you just want to pick your way around and have a wander, you can 100% do that.
I think I would just sort of storm off quite confidently, looking for the three fingers.
Okay, yeah, I think everyone is kind of spending the whole day doing these actions, and you just off having a lovely wander.
Maybe I meet a handsome pirate.
Maybe you do. Well, I think you'll give me a dice roll. Just roll me a d20.
2.
You do,
ugly.
but he's dead.
Oh no.
Okay, well, I think that's fine. Maybe you're just sort of wandering about the place, and I think maybe like the sun is kind of beginning to come down a little bit. But you stumble across, there is this abandoned campsite. There were definitely people here, and it seemed like they were here fairly recently. You would guess from kind of the condition that things are left in. There's sort of a few crumpled tents, some smashed boxes, and there is this dark trail of blood that leads from the campsite just into the water itself.
Oh, bollocks.
It's pretty spooky. And that concludes this episode of Pirate Borg and the scenario Buried in the Bahamas. I hope you guys are enjoying some high sailing, swashbuckling fun. Something a little bit different. We're going to be playing this for a little while, and I hope you have a wonderful time. Until next time, everybody. Goodbye.